What's up, Block fam? In the garage today, and we are working on the Harley-Davidson Iron 883. My bad, not an 883. This is a S&S 1200 Hooligan kit. One of the giveaway bikes that we're giving away for season 5. So one of the final modifications that I have to do to this bike before we give it away is relocating the gauge. So basically the gauge is up here. It's the highest point on the bike. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna relocate the gauge to clamp onto the fork. And so I haven't done that relocation video how-to yet, so I figured I'd go ahead and run you guys through how to do that. Normally, I have a clamp on some of the other bikes that I've done up for the irons or the 48, and I'll mount the gauge through here, but instead this time around, we're going to mount it to the fork. And we're going to be using this part here, which has been provided to us since they are the sponsor of season 5 of the Blockhead bike building giveaway. This is a Joker Machine gauge relocation clamp. And so it has a spot for the gauge. It also has a spot for the indicators there. I'll be sure to link this down in the description below, but big thanks to Revzilla for sponsoring the season. Greatly appreciate it. This is the last modification, like I said, that we have to do on this bike in order to give it away. If you guys are interested in joining in on that, go check out Patreon, patreon.com/blockheadmoto. We are coming to the end of the season for this though, and we are going to be giving away season 6 bikes, which we're giving away a Harley-Davidson Road Glide, and then we're also giving away a Honda RC51. So let's go ahead and jump into this install. First thing we're gonna wanna do is lift the tank up. So we're going to undo the bolt here, take this out, and then we're going to prop the tank up because we have to get to the wiring harness. After that, whenever we get to the wiring harness, we're going to remove the gauge from the top clamp here by undoing the bolts, which I've already started to loosen them up there. Then we will remove the gauge from this harness, or this top clamp kind of integrated piece, remove the LED indicators, and we're going to put it all into the Joker Machine one. So let's go ahead, roll the intro, and we'll get started. All right, after you've got those bolts out, you can pretty much lay this forward, and that frees up your gauge. So we're going to now, and we can actually just go to the wiring harness now at this point, and we are going to be disconnecting these 2 wires from the harness side. So we'll just kind of leave that there, and go ahead and loosen the bolt for the tank. All right, so you're gonna trace back the harness for the gauge and all that, right? Which is gonna be this one here. And you're going to undo, press in, that pulls the harness out, and we should be able to grab this and pull her free, just like that. So now this is where the work starts up at the countertop, which I don't have any room. Oh my God, there's just so many projects happening right now. All right, let's make some room. All right, room made. So this is going to come apart, and this is going to come apart. So we basically have to take these are hex, and then the ones down here are very small Torx, so we gotta get those out. All right, after you've got that cover removed, you're gonna remove this harness, pull outwards. Also this seal just comes up just like that. So that part is disconnected from the gauge. You should now be able to, remove the gauge. Just like that. And now we have to remove the indicators here, which is a really small Torx bit. we go. So that is the harness. And now we have to remove this faceplate here, which is basically what lights up the, well, shows you, as you guys can see there, like neutral, high beam, left, right, and oil. And getting that out is just these two pieces here that you're going to press through, and these pieces on the side of the posts. So I'm pretty sure it's just adhesive. Yeah. I do want to be careful because that is just a thin film with the indicator things on it. Not this piece, this is just the adhesive. And this is the piece that you're looking to keep in there, is the film there. So now we are going to take the Joker machine piece and we are going to install everything into this one. So we need to remove, these are small hex, same size, yes. There you go. And then we're going to take the piece with the indicators. I guess depending on which way you want to install it, we're doing it this way so that the indicators are on the bottom. So yeah, make sure that you have everything lined up correctly. All right, so now that we've got that piece installed on there, you're going to take your harness, part with the actual lights, make sure this is top. That is going to go in here. There's a spot for the wiring to come through on this piece. So it's going to kind of route to the right. On that note, just so we have a little bit more freedom with this line, I'm going to trim this a little back. So we didn't trim too much, just a little bit to give us some flexibility so it's not as stiff. All right, then we're going to take these little tiny Torx bits, put them back in. So now we're going to install the gauge, which is going to be like this. And it's going to set nice and snug in there. Be sure you seat it in correctly. You guys can see here that that should be kind of flush. So yeah, don't forget the grommet there. Kind of helps to keep the moisture and all that stuff out. Make sure these are seated correctly. Basically, you want to install the gauge in the front first, and then put the harness on, and then you're going to put the gasket over the top so that the harness runs down through, I say gasket, but it's more of like a, I don't know, just like a weather stripping almost. And then you want these to basically both run to the right side so that whenever we put this cover back on, it's going to allow those to stick out the side there like that. A little bit of a squeeze, but we'll make it work. I can't work with this freaking stock wire stuff. It's too loose. So we're just gonna cut it off and rewrap it with like some silicone tape.
12 seconds later.
Turns out I don't have silicone tape, just regular good old electric tape. So that'll do. All right, there you go. Gauge relocated into the Joker machine gauge housing. So now at this point, we're pretty much going to mount it to the fork, which is with this hardware. We got a spacer piece, so it'll set like that. Let's go put this part onto the fork and line it up. All right, so now we want to take the wiring harness and plug it back in, which is easy enough. just like that. And then the next step is just reassembly. And we're gonna just kind of clean up all these wires, zip tie some stuff together. I'm basically gonna take this from here and zip tie it up against this bracket so that it runs kind of behind it so that you don't really see it. And then it'll run just kind of like that. And then we're gonna tidy up a bunch of these lines as well. So before we start zip tying and bunching lines together though, let's go ahead and get the headlight back on. And then the top clamp is something I forgot to mention. So we can't use the old top clamp, which is, you know, this piece here, since it's integrated with the gauge mount. And so what we're doing is I have this one here. So you just need to pick up a regular, you know, top clamp. This is off of another bike that said Harley-Davidson, so it'll be a nice touch. I don't need the hardware, so we're just going to use that top clamp. So that'll go there like that, cleans it up a lot, and then mount the gauge back. All right, so now that we've got all that kind of tightened down, this is the part where we want to clean up the wiring. Once we've got the wiring cleaned up, we're going to basically make sure that it goes in line with the tank, lower the tank back down, put the bolt through, and that'll be a job done. Actually, I guess we should see if it works, right? Let's go ahead and put it to the on position. Yeah, it works. Sweet. All right, got the wiring tidied up. Now to take the piece of wood out, go ahead and tuck the wiring back in. Make sure it's all nicely set up in there. All right, there you go, guys. Gauge is relocated. Y'all can see it cleans up the profile of the bike so damn much. Not a difficult modification to do. It does take a little bit of time, but pretty easy installation. You just gotta like be able to lift the tank. It seems pretty difficult and involved, but it's really not that bad. And then you just get a much cleaner look to the bike. Like I said, the line without that gauge sticking up there, I always refer to it as like the unicorn horn. It's just sticking out. Like, so taking that off, it just makes the line of the bike super clean. I mean, look at that. That is a damn good looking bike. As one of the reasons I absolutely love the Harley-Davidson Sportster is because it just has that classic motorcycle look. And whenever it's done up like this, it looks just so good. I've built a couple different Sportsters. I built my OG like this, you know, the bike that started the channel. I built the season 2 giveaway like this. And now we've got this one, which was pretty much already done whenever I got it, but we did a couple things to it and then put the SNS 1200 Hooligan kit into it, which is going to be a future episode as well. But that's pretty much it, guys. Now, a lot of you guys do question on the last gauge relocation video that I did. You were basically asking, like, you can't even see it, but look, this is like where my eyes would be, and you can totally see it right there, no problem. I mean, if you're leaning forward, which I pretty much have the camera at my eyes. If you're leaning forward, you're like looking straight, like you can see that no problem. You don't even have to like tilt your head. With the one that I had, I mounted it to here, the bolt for the tank, and it tucked away more in, and I kind of had to like lean my head to the left. But this one, where it sets, it's perfect. Like no issue at all in regards to clearance. So totally fine clearance-wise. Doesn't hit anything. Plenty of line, plenty of slack to turn it both full tilt right and left. So it's not pulling on the lines here. I did leave a little bit of extra slack in it. Good there. Good there. Bike on. Looks great. Everything works as it should. Cycle through the options. High beam, low beam, indicator. Apparently I need gas. Yeah, good stuff. Hope this installation video was useful for you guys, for any of y'all out there looking to relocate the gauge on a Harley-Davidson Sportster. If you guys are interested in getting in on the giveaways, by the time you see this episode, we're gonna have maybe like 2 episodes left to get in for the season 5 giveaway, which is what this bike is included. So we're giving away the Harley-Davidson Iron 883. We're also giving away this Yamaha Bolt here that I'm working on. And then we're also giving away the Indian Scout over here that I'm working on as well. So 3 bikes for season 5. So for season 6, we are doing 2 bikes. We're doing a 2021 Harley-Davidson Road Glide, which we're gonna do as a performance bagger. And then we are also doing a 2005 Honda RC51, which is a V-twin super sport, very rare bike, super hard to find, especially in the condition that I found it in. So 2 awesome bikes for season 6. If you guys wanna sign up for that one, go to blockheadmoto.com, sign up for the site, select a tier, and you'll be entered for the season 6 giveaway. Once again, big thanks to Revzilla for sponsoring this season. So season 5 of the Blockhead bike build. That is it for the Iron. We are totally done with it. I'm gonna make sure that the fluids are all good, give it like a really good detail, and then pretty much at that, it's ready to go to the winter. So to whoever gets this bike, I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, if you guys did find this video useful, do me a favor, hit that like button. It lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job. If you guys aren't subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon also so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. And until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.